County Board of Commissioners, September 8, 2025 meeting. Please silence your cell phones and other electronic devices. Please stand while the invocation is given by Mr. Matthew Brown, followed by the pledge.
Let's pray. Lord, we come to you this evening to ask you to be with the commissioners as we go through this evening's business. Lead them in the way that you want them to govern the county, and be with us as we leave the meeting tonight. And in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The first item is to adopt the agenda. Do we have any additions or subtractions to this agenda?
No, sir, Mr. Chairman.
So moved. Second motion to adopt. All in favor? The agenda is adopted. Any presentations?
No, sir.
We have a finance report.
Yes, sir. Commissioners, listed on the first page are the account balances as of this afternoon. Also listed are the interest amounts earned for August and the year-to-date amounts earned for the LGIP accounts. The lost and T-SPOS distributions for August are listed at the bottom of the page. On the next page, the SPOS balance, 1.2 million. The two drainers that were approved at the last meeting have been delivered. So the SPOS balance includes the outfitting of those two new vehicles. The T-SPOS balance is $716,000.
Any questions from the board? No, then thank you. Any department heads here to speak?
Good evening. I just had a quick thing to put. I noticed on the agenda that, I know Allison was very busy trying to get rid of her classes, but on the 23rd, I've advertised you have two things that would be heard. One's from a Mr. and Mrs. R. Groves on Gay Connector Road for rezoning for taxidermy, and the other one will be on Bishop Road from a Miss Harris for a campsite. She wasn't able to get those on the agenda for you guys to know about them coming up, but you'll have it in your packets after I have my planning commission meeting.
Okay. Thank you. Anybody else speaking as department head?
No, sir.
Okay, do we have any citizen comments?
No, sir.
Next item is the minutes from the August 26, 2025 regular meeting at 6 p.m. Any amendments need to be made to those, or do we get a motion to approve as written? So go ahead. Got a motion, need a second? Yep. All in favor?
I abstain.
You get that, no? Okay. All right. No public hearing listed, no appointments listed. Unfinished business. Item 1 is consideration of the proposal from Kudzu Networks, subsidiary of Diverse Power, Internet Infrastructure.
Commissioners, this was tabled from the August 22nd meeting in order for IT Director Matthew Brown to look further into this. I'll let him explain his findings on it.
So once we've dug into it more, we found that our contract with Spectrum doesn't end until 2027. The contract, from the best that we've been able to read, I've tried to reach out to Spectrum. We've talked to a couple people. The people that we talk to say, oh, we don't know nothing about it. You need to talk to them. We can't get anybody that seems to know what's going on with Spectrum. But from the best of what we've been able to gather, our contract with Spectrum, if we terminate it early, we owe the remaining balance of whatever would be. So if we still owe, or if we still have a year, then we still owe them 8 years worth of. So if we cut the contract early, we just owe them a lump sum up front. And since it goes through 27, that's going to be a lot of money that we don't want or need to spend right now. John and I reached out to Randy Shepard with Diverse Power today. Did you ever hear back from him?
I did not.
Okay. we know that we can't do this on the timetable that we were wanting. With 2 years remaining, there's no way we're gonna be able to either pay for two bills or either pay one lump sum to get out of the Spectrum contract and then start another. We know that that's not feasible and not gonna work. So what we're proposing is, and we gotta speak with Mr. Shepherd to make sure that he's gonna be okay with it, but pushing that out, pushing their build date out, because we would like to move to Diverse. We would like to have them as our provider, but we need to finish out this contract that we're on first. So once we get to speak with Mr. Shepherd and make sure that he is okay with pushing that build date out a year and a half, so that we don't have any overlapping coverage or very minimal between.
Are you 100% certain on the wording of that contract, and they are accurate, and we have to pay the remaining?
I've looked at it, John's looked at it.
Okay.
It is 100% of what's remaining.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we reviewed it, that we wasn't taking their word for it.
No, we both sat down and we've looked at it, and he's read through it, I've read through it, and that's what it says in their terms of service, their contract
So it's December 2027?
I don't think it was December, I think it was September.
September is when it was signed, but they could not tell me the exact date the billing started. That's the date that the contract went into effect.
And what is it per month, roughly?
Roughly, let me get to that.
And we're talking about the radios and everything for the deputies with this, is that correct?
So for Spectrum, we're just paying for the internet at each one of our locations. With kudzu, they were wanting to also provide internet service at some of these towers where the radio equipment is located. For one, it would cut down on short-term costs where we would have to buy like a $40,000-$50,000 microwave radio to send, data back and forth, maintenance licenses for and so we would just pay an internet service charge at each one of those locations.
So to answer your question, yes and no. So
Yeah.
Spectrum has nothing to do with it.
Right.
Yes,
Going to Diverse Power will help redundancy and boosting.
Yes.
And Commissioner Thurgood, you want to hear what the estimated buyout for Spectrum is around 120,000. From the best calculation I could calculate, the
It's around
equipment,
10,000 a month.
the equipment expires in October of next year, and then we don't know if it will go to a month to month because the other contracts expire in 27. So the equipment's a year before the lease, all the services are up.
So what happened with the contract on the?
We're trying to find out from the equipment if it's a month to month or if it's gonna be like a 3 or 5 year deal. They're gonna try to make us
Did we
sign.
ever find the contract where it had gotten emailed or gone emailed to legal, or it's gotta be somewhere?
We have looked, I think legal is looked, they don't have a copy of it.
so what,
When was it signed?
The
That
original
contract
one,
was, I'm sorry, that contract was signed back probably when we had prior finance director, am I correct?
I think it was 22.
2024 would have been the first one because 27, or, I'm sorry, 20,
21 or 22 was
Would've been
when it
original.
was the original.
24 is renewed.
I looked after the last meeting.
Yeah, 21 would have been the original one.
We don't have a copy of a renewal that we signed and agreed in
So-
September 2024?
When there was one of our reps that we had talked to, they told us your contract, your terms of service and all of that, go to the website and pull it up. So I don't know that we ever had an actual contract that, like a spelled out contract that we signed. By signing, agreeing for the service, we agreed to their terms of service and their,
But there should have been a written a lot of those things that has a written contract, and what it says is about hitting and go.
Yeah, because
You accept
all of our
the terms.
approvals on those things are for chair to sign. So I'm sure there was one somewhere.
That was never run through the clerk's office, I can tell you that, because I have looked up and down for it.
It could have been one that just the finance director
Maybe.
handled himself, because we didn't even have a file.
But shouldn't we be able to ask them to produce it?
Yeah, you should, yeah, they should give it to you if they have it.
What's that?
If they have it, they're supposed to give it to you.
And
That's what I'm
if they don't have
saying,
it,
is this
then how
not
are we
worth
bound to
letting
it?
council look into some of this
Well-
stuff for us, money-wise,
We can, yeah,
and see if there's a loophole where we can?
sure.
I know y'all two looked at it,
Yeah.
and I appreciate you doing
Yeah.
that, but you're saying we don't have a contract.
So,
And
yeah.
they're saying equipment runs out next year, but the monthly stuff continues. Does the contract say what it's gonna cost per month?
It just, no, it doesn't.
Okay, so they come back and we won't renew because we know the following year we're not gonna be with them, so they throw us a high dollar price to
Yeah.
keep using the equipment.
Mhm.
And if not, now we got equipment we can't use because we didn't extend it. I
Yeah.
think council needs to look at that.
Yeah, so
And see
when
if
I've
there's
asked
some way
for,
that we can send them a letter.
when I've asked for the contracts and when I've asked for all that, what we get are
Service
the
orders.
service orders. So basically saying, you're getting A, B, C, D, and E, you know, at this location, that location, you're getting this service with this equipment at this location, and then they're signed. But there is no actual contract spelled out. And when I've asked them, they say, oh, it's on our website. Just scroll down to the bottom of the screen, there's the terms of service. Click on it.
Maybe council.
Matthew, are they outsourced as well? So they're not local at all, correct?
I mean, they've got local offices, but all of our sales reps and all of them, they're all out of, I think, Montgomery.
I'd like to make a motion that we table this to the September 23rd regular meeting and allow council to dig into this and
I'll
find a copy of
second
the
it.
contract. All in favor?
Do whatever communications you have.
Okay.
Any emails, anything.
all that, yeah.
Okay, item 2, request from the Board of Elections to increase hourly rate.
Commissioners, this was tabled from the August 22nd meeting to allow staff time to calculate the potential increase. I ran a report for this year. With a $10 increase, as of right now, that cost would be $10,700 based on the number of hours the board has worked for this year. Last year was a very minimum amount, I guess because it wasn't that big of an election year, but since all the equipment is moved, you're looking at right now as it stands, a $10,700 additional cost if it was a $10 rate increase.
We tabled this from the last meeting just because we didn't know what that raise would be. It's like giving no ceiling on that. So now that we know, we can make a decision. So I'll make a motion to approve the request for increasing hourly rate.
I'll second, third, fourth.
All in favor? Okay. Moving on to new business, consideration of an intergovernmental agreement between Meriwether County and the City of Manchester for the temporary use of fire truck and equipment.
Commissioners, the city of Manchester has experienced an engine or other fire equipment being taken out of service for repairs. This intergovernmental agreement will allow the county to provide the city with necessary equipment, including a 2002 Freightliner model MM1060425 and related equipment when one of their fire engines requires repair. This IGA is proposed for a 5-year term. 5 years, instead of doing it every year, because Manchester may have an equipment go down next year, and then we have to bring it back to the board before they have a fire engine in place. Legal recommend anything up to 50, and we don't want to enter to a 50, so I chose 5. It's open to the board if they want to do less than
We
5.
don't recommend 50 either. That's
Yeah.
legal up to 50. But yeah.
Yeah. So I went with 5 just to cover it in case anything went down, but it's open to the board, whatever, how many years the board would like for at least the IGA to be in place.
I'm fine with the 5 and I make a motion to accept.
Second. All in favor? Next item, approved to advertise RFP for countywide commercial revaluation, 2 months.
Commissioner staff is requesting to re-advertise the countywide commercial, it should be revaluation, not regulation, for 2 months following 2 prior 1-month advertisements that resulted in no bids. One potential company expressed interest in submitting a bid, but was unable to do so before the deadline. The RFP will be updated with the new dates and advertised from September 18th to November 13th, with bids due on November 21st, 2025. And we'll bring it back at the last meeting in November for the board. And that's not attached, it's the same RFP that legal's already reviewed.
I make a motion to approve.
Second. Motion and second, all in favor? Good. Item 3, request approval to advertise an RFP for insurance broker services.
Commissioner staff is requesting authorization to advertise an RFP for insurance broker services pending legal review. The dates and language of the RFP are being finalized before submission to legal. Upon legal review, the RFP will be advertised throughout October with prospective companies scheduled to present to the board on Tuesday, October 28, 2025. Final selection of a broker is tentatively scheduled for the board's meeting on November 10th, 2025, and that's a Monday. And the RFP is not attached because I'm finalizing it now. But hopefully this will get us a broker that can get us better rates on our interests or our insurance.
I make a motion to approve with legal review and approval.
Second.
All in favor? Item 4, award 2025 Meriwether County resurfacing project. The meeting.
Commissioner bids for the 2025 LMIG project was open at 3 p.m. on September 5th with 6 bidders submitting proposals. The bids are listed lowest to highest. We got 6 bidders with C.W. Matthews coming in at lower bid at 1.313105, and the highest bid was Piedmont Pavement at 1.624, 125.25. Staff consulted with EMC Engineering, who recommend awarding the project to C.W. Matthews Contracting as the lowest responsible bidder at 1.313105. The amount allocated for the 2025 LMIG was 1.585234.54, leaving a balance of 272, 129.54. Staff can work with EMC Engineering to identify additional roads resurfacing within the project area to fully utilize the allocated funds pending approval by the Board of Commissioners. So really, it's a 2-part, one to award the bid to C.W. Matthews, and if the Board of Commissioners would like for staff to try to allocate the remaining funds in that area.
This is fantastic. We've done well this year with getting more than double the mileage we've been getting for roughly the same amount of money. And then we still got over $250,000 left. I'd like to suggest that we go after with that, for the board to consider going through Wrightsville Road or Crawl Road or start on Cedar Rock and go as far as the money takes you.
Wrightsville Road was about 84,000, and the city did everything up into the bridge on Wrightsville.
Just finish it
Yeah.
on out. I'm good with that.
Me too.
So that you said was 84.
And they gonna be on mail.
When they
now.
first came, it was 84, 86,000 is all it was, yeah.
We just say it's 100, and maybe that still leaves us with something else to do.
Okay.
You might
The
want to
Riceville.
that part too, that little bit, because what I was gonna ask too is, we're awarding this bid, but like previous times, I don't want to see them coming back and there's a change order for another 200,000 or another 300,000, because that's the purpose for bidding. So the RFP, if we did the RFP right, there should be no reason for them to come back and want more money.
Yes, sir. And
I've been seeing in times where people are a little bit lower bid, but by the time it's over with, they end up being higher than the highest bid. So.
So what we do, I make a motion to,
Number one, you'd have to
We got-
award this bid if y'all want to.
We need to award the bid to, do we want to award it to who they recommended, which is C.W. Matthews?
Yeah.
Or,
Yes.
okay. Well, somebody needs to make that into a motion.
that's what I was gonna say, I'll make a motion to award the bid for the 2025 LMIG project to C.W. Matthews contract, not to exceed 1.313,105 million.
Second.
All in favor? Then what do we do about, we need another motion to move to Wrightsville Road and finish it?
yes, sir. Is
Yeah,
that
I
what
make
the
a
board?
motion to move forward with Wrightsville Road to complete that, not to exceed 100,000.
I second that. All in favor?
All right, I'll get with EMC Engineering and let them know.
And then we're gonna leave the rest of it alone, that's what we agree? Or-
We'll have 26 LMIG coming up shortly as well, so we can use those funds for that one. And unless there's changing orders.
I'd leave it for now, just to make sure somebody didn't. on
This is part of the
road,
match, so
Somebody
it's-
didn't miss something that is understandable and we need it,
This is in excess of the match, so we're good either way.
because it really ain't nothing to do with much.
Now we do need to go ahead and get the 2026. I'll have that probably on the agenda in November because we'll need to go ahead and apply for that.
So while we're discussing this, help me remember, I think we as the board asked that EMC survey our roads and rank them by condition and traffic to give us a better analysis of which roads we should choose as a board.
Correct. I believe I've seen a bill for that. I will follow with EMC and see where they're at on that.
Okay. All right, next item is number 4, award 2025 Meriwether County resurfacing project. No?
We did that one.
It's election
Number
day.
5.
Why didn't somebody stop me before I got that? Number 5, award bid for purchase of 137 South Court Square prior elections building.
Commissioners, upon opening the 2 bids for the purchase of 137 South Court Square, both were submitted by Eric, and forgive me if I mispronounce it, Adu. The first dated August 18, 2025, in the amount of $116,000, and he submitted a second bid dated September 4, 2025, for $125,000. I believe he is present and able to explain why he put in 2 bids. And legal counsel would need to advise whether the original bid should be considered the official bid for awarding the purchase. Yes.
Yes, sir, come on up and speak. When you get there, state your name, address, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, my name is Eric Ide. I live at 6465 Rocky Mount Road, Greenville, Georgia 30222. My wife and I saw that building, and we think it'd be a great ice cream parlor. I saw that on the site that I have a screenshot of it, that there were multiple bids on the property. I was seeing 2 all of a sudden. So that let me think that, I wasn't aware that people could see that there was multiple bids. So if I was someone coming in and bidding and I heard that there was a bid before, ideally I would put a bigger bid in, right? Mm-hmm. So I got here and I put a bid up, another bid, second day, with the assumption that there had already been 2 bids. Turns out there was only 1 bid, and what was on the site, what I could show you, was incorrect. So I would never put a second bid in. I'm not trying to outbid myself. I know. But I'm happy to honor the 116. I'm happy to turn that into a nice ice cream parlor. You guys could all come and enjoy and have something nice to look forward to.
Just to clarify for the commission, when you go into RFP solicitations on the website, however many's out there, it said 2 bids because it was LMIG and the elections office out there. That's where he saw the 2 at. Maybe. It was not stating how many bids were placed. We do not advertise how many bids have been received.
Yeah, I have a screenshot of exactly what I saw, and it's just, it's clearly very confusing. And otherwise, if I saw 5 bids, I would have been like, well, geez.
What was the reserve we had put on?
115. Now offered 116, and I'm happy to honor that.
Okay. Well, so obviously, when you came in on September 4th and put in a bid for 125, you were willing to pay 125, correct?
If there had been another bid against me, yes.
And I don't know what the legality of that is since one bid.
That's one, there might be a case where this has happened before. I'd have to research it, but I didn't know this was coming up. It sounds like he's asking to withdraw one of his bids.
According to this screenshot I have here, it's showing that there's 2 bids for that property. So whether it's intended to show 2 bids in general for other things, I'm seeing it as there's 2 bids for that one property.
He's asking me about the law. I'm not about the facts. I'm just asking if there's.
Well, I don't see anybody else knocking down the door. We did put it in 115. I'm making a motion to accept the 116 bid.
Second.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I look forward to.
I'll be in touch with you on the purchasing.
Appreciate you all. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, next, we'll make sure we move right. Item 6, decision for EMS collections provider.
Commissioners, on July 7th, 2025, the board voted to designate Lifeline as the EMS collection company with a collection rate of 20% on past due accounts. Following this decision, Alan Kim with Creditors Bureau Association notified ESO that they are the current contracted collection agency for Meriwether County. Staff confirmed that a contract with Credit Bureaus Association has been in place since April 18, 2017. They have since submitted a new contract with a collection rate of 25%, and legal has reviewed that one. They have made all the required changes. And they have previously collected on behalf of the county, providing payments accordingly. If the board chooses to remain with the current provider, the new contract with Credit Bureau Associates will need to be executed with chair or vice chair to sign, and the prior action approving Lifeline will need to be repealed.
I got a couple questions. So one is, how in the world does it get all the way to us to vote and approve when we're already in the contract? Nobody knows.
We haven't submitted We haven't submitted a Lifeline one because Mr. Allen Kim reached out to EMS and notified them that he was the collector of Meriwether County.
That's not what I'm saying.
I was under the assumption he was tied with
It made it all the way to a
Elevos.
meeting like this.
Yes.
It has been in place for 8 years, and it made it all the way to here, and we didn't know anything about it.
Because he was dealing with Elevos collections at that time. Elevos was the prior billing agent.
So
So
when
he-
they not collected for there to be that much that was up for collection, that's why it came up, because there was a substantial amount to be collected, so it looks like nobody was doing the collecting.
Yeah, I guess since he haven't heard from Elevos in a while, he reached out and Elevos told him that EMC is now our provider, or yeah, EMC is our provider now. And he reached out to them directly and said, hey, where's the file so we can start collection? And they were under the assumption that we did Lifeline. I did tell Mr. Allen Kim that, and Michael has reviewed it, we can't exit his contract with a 60-day termination agreement. And he is fully aware of that.
It's just frustrating that it came that far and it's not being collected, that we voted to pick a different company. And then they all of a sudden discover, oh, we already represented you in this. And now they want to change and jump in
I mean, it's been a
when they
few
were supposed to
months.
have been doing it.
But I agree with you, that the whole point of it coming to us was that we were not getting the collections. And we needed to get an agency that would.
You terminated that contract, though.
Correct.
I mean, if the board doesn't want to continue with that company, the board can make a motion tonight to go ahead and give notice of termination. And it'll just take, I think,
60 days.
Yeah, but they supposedly get us 5% more. I mean,
No, his rate is 5% more for Allen Kim, who is currently our provider. Like I said, this predates my existence, and I think most of the administration staff, that we were not aware that there was a contract. We under the impression it was tied with Elevos, and Mr. Kim stated they were not with Elevos, and we found the original contract is between Meriwether County and Credit Bureaus Associations.
Yeah, but my first point stands that before it ever got to this board, we should have known that.
Yes, sir.
And then we wouldn't be in this situation.
The way y'all can prevent that moving forward, and I think it probably will happen now with Allison and the way she does, but the law requires any contract that county approves to be spread on the minutes, which means go in the minutes. And so now I believe Allison can search electronically. So the way you do it, every contract, again, that's the law. Every contract is supposed to be in front of this board, voted on, put in the minutes.
Yep.
Okay, so you need to be doing it because of the law. But then if you're doing that, then whenever this comes up, they can just type it in there. So hopefully that'll put us on a lot of this. But all these contracts are not supposed to be signed by a department head or signed by anybody other than Mr. Gordon, if y'all tell him, or somebody whose board is approved.
Because this is 2 in one night that we can't find a contract on until way later. And
And look, that's not uncommon either. I mean, I'm not throwing rocks at John and the staff. I mean, you know, but I'm just saying that's a way
right.
to prevent this moving forward.
So the Lifeline, the EMS collection company, collection rate, is that a collection rate or collection fee of 20%?
Collection fee of 20%.
Okay, and the current is Creditors Bureau Associates, and the collection fee is 25%.
Correct.
Oh, because that reads collection rate, I was thinking they get 25% of the collections versus them guaranteed 20%.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so it
what
says
I thought.
rate, not fee.
Is that the rate or the fee?
Okay, that's
It's
what I was
their
thinking.
fee, 25% of the fee.
Company that we got, that we found a contract on is 25%, the new company's 20, right?
Yes. And the only difference is that the current one can get the file and start collecting, where the new one has to set up to get the file and have everything up and running.
I'm just confused with that. I don't.
Like I said, we have never submitted the-
Because he hadn't, that's why y'all brought the other one to us. So I don't know.
Once we found out, I reached out to Michael and found out if I was reading the 60-day termination correct. And Michael was like, yes, you can give 60-day termination at any time. As soon as we found out there was another contract out there.
When we first came on this board 2.5 years ago, it was either Danny or Brennan One that came here and was wanting a new company then to do collections. I remember having that discussion, but I don't know exactly what took place. don't know. She's not.
Anybody else got a motion or thinking about a motion or?
So the new company's 5% less?
Yeah.
And we have been receiving checks from Mr. Allen Kim's company here recently, and previously Ms. Doris has been collecting those.
We hadn't been receiving any for quite some time before we thought.
I'd have to go back and look and see, but I'm thinking maybe within the last maybe 30 to 60 days, we have received checks from them.
I remember in one of the meetings, one of your department head conversations was how good that was going, and we was getting a lot of.
That was on the billing side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it sounds like to me that the Bureau Associates or whoever, the ESQ, they were not doing a good job. Which is what led you guys to come ask us to consider Lifeline. I would be in favor of just terminating that old contract and continuing what we decided to do with the new vendor.
I agree with that.
I don't know that I have enough information to do that, so that's why I'm not making it a motion yet. Sir, I cut you off.
I said, I'll make a motion to give Credit Bureau Associates 60 days to terminate their contract.
And continue with Lifeline?
Well, we gotta terminate that one first, then we'll have to.
Yeah, that's 60 days with credit bureaus and Lifeline. We have not submitted it because we found out, I think Ms. Stevens was about to send it, and then Alan Kim reached out to our current billing agency and told him he was our creditor.
So after the 60 days, then we could send it to Lifeline.
Correct.
And then pick up service.
But
I
you
would
got
second that.
Got the motion?
Second.
All right, all in favor?
I'll notify Mr.
Y'all wanna go ahead and approve?
I was just gonna say that during that 60 days.
It's already been
we're gonna
approved.
hustle to get-
Yeah, it was approved on July 7th.
It's already been approved, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Item 7, consider the fireworks contract, Southern Sky Fireworks LLC for July 4th, 2026.
Commissioners, that's all the contracts. Southern Sky Fireworks LLC has submitted a proposal in the amount of $20,000 to provide the fireworks display on Saturday, July 4, 2026. This is the same company that has provided fireworks for the past 2 years. Staff recommends approval of the contract pending legal review and approval, with funding to be allocated out of the Lake Meriwether account, and the contract would need to be signed by the chair or vice chair. Legal has reviewed and made suggestions, and I'm waiting to hear back from Southern Skies if they accept the changes, which they will. It's been the same provider for the past 2 years. I think Michael said it's the same thing over and over.
Yeah, we just need to get them, send us the same form, so we don't have to.
It's the same, the form you changed.
Yeah, I mean, we're not gonna complain about work, but we just assume not do the same thing.
Yeah.
So we need a motion to move forward with the fireworks contract.
Yes, sir.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor? All right. We have a report from the county administrator.
Commissioners, I've just been working with the finance director on trying to finalize our budget that's due September 23rd for the public hearing. It has to be advertised by September, the end of the day, September 15th in the lobby. We're working to try to get that worked out, meeting with the commissioners. We'll have a final revision of it within the next day or two to submit to the board for final review. Also, we need to, if the board has any changes they would like to make to the personal handbook policy manual before we send it to legal, please let us know by Thursday so we can go and get that sent off to legal so we can get those looked at. That will never be a true 100% accurate. It's always going to change, but we want to try to get as much as we can at the first time and get everything corrected. Just working with the departments, make sure the departments are keeping up with everything they're doing. Public Works, he's been constantly out there working on the roads, getting what he needs to have done. Following up with building and zoning, code enforcement. We'll be having a department head meeting here soon to go over everything else, but I'm just trying to get this budget along with the new finance director, showing her how to work the budget and get that done and behind me, and then move on to the county business. Yes, sir.
Report from county commissioners, Commissioner Snelson.
I went to a training class last week on planning and zoning, and it was very informative, and I would highly recommend commissioners to go to that because it helped me understand a lot more about what they're doing. One thing I want to address, and hopefully we can get it on the agenda for the next meeting, is updating the intergovernmental agreement with the cities in the county with animal services. We've updated the one at Manchester, but not other cities, and we're having some issues with cities in the county working together on that. And so I'd like that updated, like what we're already using in Manchester. And I thank Public Works and the other departments for getting out there and doing a great job, and I'm hearing a lot of good things.
Mr. King?
Just remind everybody, coming up first weekend of October is the Cotton Fair and Gay. Again, I think I saw it the other day, it's either this, I forget how many years. I had it, I was gonna mention, but they're celebrating a big number of years coming up October, the first weekend of October. And so make sure we spread the word about that. It brings a lot of people into the county, and people can see what we have to offer. And thanks to everybody that Public Works has been doing great on these roads. I've had a lot of calls thanking some of these roads, how they're getting crowned and ditches cleaned out. And so that's what we want to keep hearing. So other than that, thank you for everything, for everybody's doing.
Mr. Collins?
I'd just like to say thank all the staff and all the employees for the work they do, and we get a lot of stuff on the roads. The roads, what I see, the patching they putting in is staying in. And then last month we approved the fish survey at the lake. The guys called me and he's gonna meet me out there in the morning at 10:30 to do the survey. And that's all I am.
Mr. Trigger?
I just want to say thank you to our EMS. Last couple of weeks, I had a personal family experience and it went flawless. I mean, it was great. They were spot on. They got my dad where he needed to be in a timely manner, so I just want to thank them for that.
And just thank everybody for the job they're doing. Sometimes we don't get the recognition, but as Commissioner Stetson said, we are getting feedback of a lot of good things that are happening. Recreation to Public Works to interactions in the offices up here in Greenville. So thank everybody for doing a good job. We have a report from the county attorney.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
All right, future meetings and notices, Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025, regular meeting at 6 p.m. We will have 2 public hearings that day. Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025, a special call meeting at 5 p.m. Review the 2025-26 budget. Monday, October 6th, 2025 is a regular meeting at 6 p.m. Tuesday, October 28th, 2025 is a regular meeting at 6 p.m. I understand we have a need for executive session.
Yes, sir.
Can we get a motion to cover all 4, please?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Executive session is 6:37. Session.
So moved.
Second. All in favor? Executive session is 7:27.
Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, request approval for 4 new positions in Public Works, 3 equipment operator, 1 and a deputy director, 1 elections full-time, and 1 code enforcement position in building and zoning.
Make a motion to approve. All in favor? Motion passed. Any other business?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. I also need a motion to consider for leave of absence for 1 Public Works employee for additional week, and another Public Works employee for 6 weeks.
Second.
All in favor?
And one last item, Mr. Chairman, is that we postpone the county agent position with UGA Extension Office.
Second.
All in favor?
That is all I have, Mr. Chairman.
All right. I make a motion we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Adjourn is 7:20.